So we're moving on with our processing day. The pigs have been dispatched and now they're hanging, and now it's time we're gonna skin these pigs. You have two options when it comes to this step. You can either skin a pig or you can scald a pig. If you're gonna scald a pig, you have to have the ability to have a large vat of hot water, almost boiling, and then like use a tractor loader and lower the pig into the hot water and pull it out, and have like knives or something and scrape all the hair off. The only reason you do that is if you want to save the skin, to have the skin on for hams, full hams, or you want to make pork grinds. We don't really care about that. There's great pork rind products out there. This is like 100% less work. And so we're gonna skin. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start up at the top around the knuckles of the pig, and we're gonna work our way down. I'll try to give you a few different angles of it, and just kind of talk about it as we go. But it's very simple. You're not trying to dive into the pig to take the meat off. You're just going to use the fat all the way around as your guide and kind of unzip it. So we'll get you started. Okay, so what we're going to do is start up here along the top, and I'm going to cut around the foot.
Will it bleed a lot?
It shouldn't. Question on the floor is will it bleed a lot? It should not bleed a lot.
Are we going to keep the skin at all?
We're not going to keep the skin at all.
What
We
are
will.
we going to do with the skin?
Well, what are we going to do with the skin? Good
Compost
question.
it.
We're either going to put it in the compost, or I thought about maybe put it with the chickens, let them tear it apart. I haven't quite decided, but we are not going to consume it. Therefore, we're not going to process it any further than we really have to.
So you don't care about like hurting it or anything?
No, my only objective is to try to keep the meat clean and
Oh wow, that's really
as
cool.
I go down, try not to stab into the meat. Okay, now I'm around both. Now it's just kind of like, it's literally kind of like unzipping.
So is this a very easy process?
Well, I think so.
No.
Hey, don't push the pigs around. You go put that knife back, okay?
Be careful, don't run with it.
I've watched lots of good videos about this on YouTube. A couple of the best ones that I've seen
Bearded?
are bearded butchers, them processing a pig outside. And another one is a video that, a channel that I watch all the time, like the godfather of home farms. His name is Pete, and he has a channel called Just a Few Acres Farm. And he does, bearded butchers are professionals. Pete is a farmer who does it at his house for his family. Oh yes, I should also note, this is just for our consumption. We're not selling this to anybody. This is not going into commerce at all. If I was going to do that, if I wanted to sell meat from a pig, I would have to have a USDA inspected butcher take care of it. Now that's even more than what most people do. USDA, not every butcher can do it. A custom exempt house is what we have in most communities. A USDA actually has somebody on site who will sample the meat and check it and stamp it, and it's more expensive and it's harder, but this is just for us.
So you believe that this is safe to eat?
Oh yes.
This is very safe.
Yes.
It's
I'm just feeling
really
questions out
cold
there that you
there.
will ask.
Okay.
I pretty much know the answers too, but
Are we going to cut the head off?
At the end, yes.
We're gonna.
yeah, we're gonna feed that to the cats, or we're just gonna put it in the compost,
Yeah.
or we're gonna just give it to the chickens. We don't know yet. Benny, put your knife away.
Benny, I told you not to have a knife, okay?
After the skinning, what will we do? Or better question, will we skin all of them
Yeah, all of them.
at once, or will we?
We'll do what? We'll probably do one at a time.
How will we gut it? Will we do it on the table or from the air?
Okay, we'll do it from here, but maybe let's not play 100 questions the whole time I'm working on here, okay?
How?
I'll try my other knife real quick just to see how it works.
We're just throwing out questions, Dad.
Oh, I hear the questions. I worked on sharpening some knives last night. I'm gonna try to make this a more enjoyable process. Oh yeah, that works pretty good.
That's a shaving knife.
Are we shaving?
technically.
Are we shaving or are we skinning?
Shaving off the hair.
No, we're skinning.
Skinning, shaving, yeah. And that. Yeah, you're in good frame.
Okay. So now I'm going to take my knife and I'm not going to stab it into the gut. I'm just going to go underneath the skin. Okay? I'm just going to go underneath the skin.
Can you stab it in the gut? I want to. So under the gut. Are you done?
Oh, and we're gonna grind everything besides the bacon, right, Dad?
Pretty much. We're going to keep pork chops.
Yeah.
And we're going to keep,
Is
so, hey, just a minute, Noah. This is the hams up here. That's the actual backside of the pig. And then the sides, the bellies are the bacon. The top of the belly is the loins for pork chops. And then the front is where you have picnic shoulders and pork shoulders. And that's where I do most of my meat smoking.
Will we keep the shoulders?
I haven't decided. Maybe.
Are we gonna take the
So with my left hand, I'm just keeping a little tension. And with my right hand, I'm kind of just following along the fat line and skinning it back. Very similar to doing a deer.
Have you put down here? You put yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember one time we had a game night and it turned into a game night.
Tell the story, Henry.
So we were at our grandparents' house for a game night, and we were playing. We were gonna start off with video games, and then as the night go on, it transitioned to board and card games. We played video games, and then who was it? The sheriff.
Look,
Local.
somebody in the family had came driving in from the road and said, "Oh, there's a car up here that has a flat tire. Can you guys go check it?" And we went up there and helped them change a tire, and did a few things. And police come by. Oh, the car had hit a deer, and the police came by and checked on him. And Pat was like, "Hey, if you find that deer, let me know." And the cop came back and said, "Oh, the deer's just down here in the ditch." So I went and got it and processed it.
The funny thing was, about, I don't know, 3 months later, we were having chili, deer chili, and Benjamin, who was like 3 at the time, said, "Oh, did that deer get any better?"
What deer?
He was under the impression it was going to the hospital.
And then he still took it there.
And he was literally eating the deer, and we said, "Yeah, it got all better."
It got all better. Okay, I'll rotate this a little bit.
What got in a better place?
Actually, I'm going to pause a second and sharpen my knife real quick. I'll be right back. So this was a Christmas gift from my parents. I'm a DeWalt man. I have my own battery, but the tool, that's why I can have one set aside just for meat processing. It means they're stainless steel blades, and so it'll be a nice kit to be able to do this type of work with. Let's try again. Yeah?
No. Okay, it's really
Almost there.
It's almost there.
Can I throw it in there?
You right? You going?
Yeah, I'm ready. Oh wow, that looks smooth.
Okay.
That was smooth.
And okay, we've got one pig totally done.
Yes.
It's been skinned, it has been gutted, and now it is hanging and halves. And that is as far as we want to get it today. This first one, not the most beautiful thing you've ever seen in the world, but we did a good job. I'm happy about it. We learned a few things on how to do the next couple, and I'm gonna let it hang out and be cool. And then later, I've got a freezer right over there. I'm gonna put these in to cool down, and then this week I'll be cutting them up into different primals.
Well, somewhere in the world a big grey building must exist, with granite walls, elaborate halls, and an honorary list. A list of all the great men whose accomplishments the same. They are all a member of the Grandpa Hall of Fame. It matters not if you're rich or poor or what kind of clothes you wear. No matter if you're big or small, bald or full head of hair. You can be a bookworm, you can love your baseball game. Requirements are easy in the Grandpa Hall of Fame. If Jesus walked the earth today, he'd be just like my grandpa. A friend to always lend a hand, a buddy to every kid. He taught with love and patience, and with humor sealed his bid to get a big gold star beside his name in the Grandpa Hall of Fame. Do-do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do. A big gold star beside his name in the Grandpa Hall of Fame. Now you know that there are some men who will never make it in. They turn their backs on their families and never turn back again. Their selfish ways and angry days will cause them so much shame. They'll not be remembered in the Grandpa Hall of Fame. The great ones leave a legacy that never ever ends. It lives on in the memories of family and friends. You will not find this honored place on land, by sea or plain. But someday we will walk with them through Grandpa's Hall of Fame. If Jesus walked the earth today, he'd be just like my grandpa. A friend to always lend a hand, a buddy to every kid. He taught with love and patience, and with humor sealed his bid to get a big gold star beside his name in the Grandpa Hall of Fame. Do-do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do. A big gold star beside his name in the Grandpa Hall of Fame. Do-do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do. Big gold star beside his name in the Grandpa Hall of Fame. Well, there's a big gold star beside his name in the Grandpa Hall of Fame.
Everything looks really good. The first one we did, and the second, got good color. This is the last one I did, and this is the third one I did. I used this IBC tote to catch all the ophile, and I'll use forks and take that over to the compost pile later. Now, what we're going to do is, I'm going to take these off, and individually I'm going to come right over here, and I'm going to put it into this chest freezer that we cleaned out. That'll cool them down, and they can stay in there until we are ready to process them further.
That's one. I'll clean it up tonight.
Yeah.
You think we'll fit them all?
Maybe.
So, this isn't its final resting spot. It's in this freezer tonight, just to try to get it down, chilled to, 35-ish degrees. And then tomorrow, I can take one piece in at a time, sit at the table, and cut it into primals, and then work on cubing it into meat for grinding. The plan was to keep the bacons side bellies, and at least on 2 of them we're going to do that. The other 2 were kind of small, so we might just grind those or cut them up. And so we're going to grind the hams and some of the shoulders, and we will keep the pork chops and some of the bacon for ourselves. Everything else is going to go to ground pork. Everything else is going to go to sausage. Everything's going to do hot sausage and breakfast sausage. So we'll show you that next time.